Hello everyone, my name is Kumar and welcome back to our channel KUMAR Programming. In our previous session, we have created our Prisma model. So let me quickly show you. So this is the Prisma model that which we have created for the product, and we have migrated this model to our database. This is our database, and after that we seed our sample data to this product table, right? And also we have seen like how we can use our Prisma Studio tool, right? This is a great tool that we can use during our development. Now in this session we are going to use server action, and through the server action we are going to pull the data from the database and we are going to bind it with our product card, right? So first of all, let's understand that what the server action is, right? So if you see here, server actions are asynchronous functions that are executed on server, right? And they can be called in server and client component both to handle form submission and data mutation in Next.js application, right? So it's very simple. I'll show you guys how we can create our server functions, and we can use this server action to fetch the data from the database, right? So now let me quickly show you that how we can create our server actions and how we can fetch the data, so it would be more clear to you. So let's, and one more thing guys, if you want to make any server action, we must have to use this huge server. Okay, so now let's flip to the Visual Studio, and here what I'll do, inside our lib folder I'm going to create other folder as actions, here as actions, and inside actions I'm going to create another file which is product.actions.ts actions, because we would be having multiple actions.ts, right? As I told you that we must have to use huge server, right? So we are going to make this as a server action, so here we have to use huge server, right? And after that simply we have to create a async function, right? Because server actions are a async functions, so here we will just create a export async as a function and get latest products. Okay, because we need the latest products, latest arrivals, right? Get latest products, right? And inside this function we are going to call our Prisma client, because we are using our Prisma client, and Prisma client is used to communicate to our database and fetch the data, right? Because it's a ORM tool, right? So now here we will create a Prisma const Prisma, and we'll create object for our Prisma client. So we know that we have our new Prisma client, right? This is our Prisma client which is coming from Prisma client, right? So it should be imported. Now see, it's automatically imported from our Prisma client, right? Now by using this Prisma we can write our query, right? So here const data equal to await Prisma dot product. Okay, because we have generated our client, so we would be able to see the product table inside this, right? Product dot find, and we need multiple records, right? So find many, right? And we need to find only 4 records. So what I'll do here, I'll just pass as a object parameters for take, I'll take 4 value, right? And also I'll pass as a order by. Okay, order by, and I need created by descending order, right? Created at descending order, right? And we will return our data, and that's all. Our server action is ready. This get latest product, that server action which is ready to fetch the data from the database. Now we are going to call this server action inside our home page, right? This root home page, this is our home page, and here we are binding this our product list with the sample data, right? So now we are going to bind with our actual data which is coming from our database, right? So I'll remove this sample data file, and what we will do here, I'll remove this as well because it's not needed, or if you guys need then I can just comment it. Okay, just for your reference. Now here what I'll do, I'll just fetch the data const latest products, right? And after that I'll call our server actions. So here we have to use, because that function is async, right? So we have to use await and get latest product, right? And if you see, this get latest product is imported from our product actions, right? That's great. And now simply we have to just bind this our latest product in place of sample product. That's it, right? Now let's run this and see. Let's control A, control K of format this, and now see if it is running. Yes, it's running. Now let's see. Great. Now if you see here, now earlier we were able to show this data from our sample file, but now we are loading this data from our database, right? So see, if this is coming from our database. But if you see here we are seeing an error, and the error is decimal object cannot be rendered as text children, right? Try formatting it using .toString. Okay, so why we are getting this error? Because of the return type which we are getting from our Prisma client is a Prisma object, right? So we need to convert into the plain object. So let's quickly do that. So here this latest product is a Prisma object. So what we are going to do inside our utility function here, quickly we are going to convert our Prisma object to a plain object. Okay, so here I'll create a function, export function as convert to plain object, and I'll pass that value here, right? And then after that I'll be returning json.parse, and whatever the value we have here, json.stringify, right? First we will stringify our value and then we will parse it and return it, right? But here if you see, this is convert, right? Convert to plain object, but we are going to pass this as a dynamic, right? So what we can do here, we can use TypeScript generic, right? So this is our generic. This type is a type holder, right? Kind of placeholder. It will contain any kind of type like class, object, or string, integer, any kind of things, right? And this value also would be type of t, right? Whatever the type that we will pass, it will be having the same type, and it's going to return the same type of object as well. Okay, so now this function is going to work for each and every type. If you are passing our product, it's going to return a product. If you are passing our user, it's going to return a user, right? So whatever type we are going to pass, it's going to return the same type, right? So that's why we make it as a generic. Now we are going to call this function inside our product actions, right? Sorry, inside our page.tsx. I think it is better to call inside our product action itself, because here we are returning our data, right? So what we can do, we can simply call this our convert to plain object and pass this data over here, right? And we can import this our function, import from utils, right? So now it's imported. Now if we see our page, let's refresh this. See, now we are not seeing that error anymore, right? So, and now we are binding our all the product from the database. Also one more thing here, if you see, we are using this as a hard coded value for, right? So it's not good. We will take it from our constant file. So here I'm going to, inside our index, I'm going to create another constant as, I'll just copy it. I'm going to make this constant as latest product limit, and I'm going to take the value from .env file, right? And if it's not there, we are going to take the value as 4. Okay, and that would be a number type. And here we will convert this as a number, because from the environment file we are going to get it as a string, right? So number, and we are going to use this latest product limit inside our product action, right? And here we will pass this our product actions, and we will import it from our constant file, right? And also if you see here inside our page.tsx, here we are using the limit 4, right? Now if we just remove this limit, because this limit is not any more required, and here if you product list also, this limit is optional, right? So there won't be any problem. Now if we see our, see, still our data is getting loaded, right? And now if you want to load our 6 record, so we can just simply change our environment variable. So here we have our product action, right? And here we are using this, and here I'll just mark it as a 6, right? I'm not going to create this environment variable as of now. If you want, you can just create it at your side. And now if you see here, we would be able to see the load 6 records, right? See, now we are seeing the 6 record is getting loaded, right? I'll make it as a 4. Now here if you see in product list, we are getting error for this any, right? And this any is not required to use in TypeScript, because it's invalidating the purpose of TypeScript, right? So we have to use the power of TypeScript. So we are going to give this type any as a product type. So we will replace this, and in order to replace that, we are going to use JOD validation. We will give the type, and also we will validate our data. So there is a very popular library which is JOD. Let me show you quickly. So if you see here, This is Jod, right? Jod is a TypeScript first schema. So Jod is mainly support to TypeScript and it is used for schema validation with static type inference, right? So it validates the data and it is used for the type inference as well, right? Now we are going to use this Jod library, and also if you see here at the left side we have the basic uses, right? So simply we have to just import from the Jod library, and after that we can create our schema, right, like this, and we can validate our data. Like if you want to make a string as a username, so just jet.string, right? Very simple. And also it is used to parse our data, and it support for the most of the all the data types here, right? So in the next session we are going to use this Jot validation, and we are going to create our schema for product and other models, and we will define our types, right? And friends, if you found this tutorial helpful, do me a favor, like this video to support me and my channel, and subscribe my channel if you haven't already done for more amazing contents, and share this with your fellow developer who might find it useful. And if you really love my work, then consider buying me a coffee to support for more free tutorials. Link is given below in the description. Alright, that's all for the day. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and keep learning.